JT Show.
What's going on, you sexy beasts, and welcome to another episode of the Smash JT Show, my weekly episodic adventure talking about video game news and beyond sometimes. It airs every Friday, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Without further ado, let's just get right into it. And this week is going to be a little bit of a departure from what I typically cover in the world of video games because a situation happened and I didn't really know how to cover it. And what I mean by that is, if we're familiar with the situation that happened at the Madden tournament in Jacksonville, where two innocent people lost their lives due to playing a video game and somebody lost their mind and went on a rampage, listening to the actual video footage, and when they cut away, you hear the screams and the agony and fear. It really hit me hard. It affected me more than this kind of thing typically does. Maybe because it was in the video game industry and dealt more on a personal level with what I interact with on a daily basis. But for whatever reason, it really struck a chord with me. So much so that I took a break from social media for a couple days. Kind of just withdrew from making YouTube videos, just taking a step back and really looking at the world that I'm in and the life I'm living and how fortunate I am and how many of you are as well with the loved ones in your lives, and how important it is to recognize that, because I think on the day-to-day basis we sometimes get so caught up in the rat race to, I don't know, distract us from the reality that we just forget what we have and what we should be thankful for. With that being said, that's not necessarily the point of today's video, though. I just wanted to acknowledge the situation happened. The reason why I bring that up, though, is because it presented a question that I wanted to ask you guys about how I and other YouTube channels should handle this kind of thing, because the minute it happened, I had people blowing me up on my phone saying, you got to make a video on this, you got to talk about it, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to cover the news on it. And my initial reaction was, I don't want to cover that. I don't want to try to get views off of this. I don't want to try to sell people on my channel because I'm covering something that's absolutely abhorrent. It's disgusting. It's a horrible, horrible thing. But then time passed and I saw people making videos on it, and they did a good job on making these videos, the ones that are out there, for the most part. I didn't have any issues with any of the ones that I saw, but I did see some people complaining on Twitter, thinking that people were running ads on the video, trying to make money off of it, or taking a political stance on it, things like that. And that's not what the point of these videos were. At least I would hope they weren't. The question I have for you guys regarding this kind of thing is, how should a YouTube channel handle a tragic situation that deals heavily with what they cover? Should they ignore it completely, or should they cover the news because that's what they do on a daily basis? It's kind of being put between a rock and a hard place, because as much as I wanted to bring the information to you guys, I also didn't want to come across as I'm making this video just to get attention. And I know there's a ton of irony in this, because here I am making a video, and obviously there's going to be a certain segment of the population watching this saying, well, you're still making a video on it, so clearly you still want clicks on it, and clearly you're trying to make something out of this for yourself. And that's not whatever you think. I can't change that, but that's not truly what I'm making this video for. I really want to know when it's okay to actually make a video on a topic and when it's not. Even when it's something I feel strongly about, I feel like my hands are tied because I don't want it to get twisted, and we all know online it can easily get twisted to fit someone else's agenda. So I avoided doing a video, especially immediate aftermath, because I didn't want to get grouped in with someone trying to take advantage of the situation. But I decided to actually make this video because I think it's an important topic that we need to discuss. when is it okay for us to make a video talking about a tragic event? Is it okay to make a video talking about a tragic event, more importantly? And if it's not okay, how are people going to find out about this stuff and learn from it and hopefully make things better going forward? And I know that sounds a little bit ridiculous, seeing as how often these kind of events seem to be increasingly happening as time passes, but still bringing attention to it, I feel, could only help people learn from it and move forward to make things better. At least I'd like to think that. Maybe I'm kidding myself, though, because clearly nothing's been changing. And I apologize for the somber tone that this video is taken, but I feel like it's a very important thing that we need to discuss, something for me to learn as a YouTuber, what my audience expects out of me, what the audience expects out of other YouTubers, if it's okay for them to cover tragic events, or if it's not. And if it's good to do it, as long as it's done tactfully and not trying to take advantage of the situation. It's such a fine line to walk, and depending on who's watching and how they view what you're saying, it could be interpreted and misinterpreted based off the information you're providing to the audience very easily. And with that being said, I want to leave the topic there. I'm very, very, very interested in your thoughts in this. Please comment below if you have a stance, because I will be reading each and every one and trying to respond to all of them, because I want to move forward with this channel as best as I can and doing things that are right and viewed as positives for the entire video game community. Because, like I said, I feel like this is a very important issue, and I was very pleased with the overwhelming majority on social media handling this topic very appropriately. And it was reassuring that, you know, maybe humanity is making some progress here as far as at least dealing with the aftermath of these situations. Let's just limit the answers to, is it okay for a YouTuber to cover a tragic event or not, and leave it at that. Please do not make this political. I don't want politics involved on this channel, and I know it's going to creep in with a question like this, but please remember what I'm asking specifically here so that we can hone in on a conclusion and come to some sort of solution from this. And from that, I want to move on to a more positive topic, and this is going to be the transition to end all transitions, but I want to talk about the smashing video of the week. This is why I do this, because I love creators. I love the videos you guys make. I love being a part of the community, and as much as some of the negative tragedies destroy my happiness, you guys reinforce how good it is to be part of this community. And for that, I want to say thank you. And the smashing video of the week this week is brought to us by Lucious T. And this is one of my favorite small-time YouTubers on the entire platform. So not only is he having the video of the week talking about Zelda Clone Month, he just finished that off talking about Beyond Oasis on the Genesis.
Beyond Oasis is a game I never even really knew existed until a few years ago. I picked it up on the recommendation of some of my Genesis-loving friends. They said it was a really good Zelda clone that I needed to play. That's really all I got to say here. Good, because I got plenty to say here. Let's dive right in. Oh man, I sure do miss the days of when I was evil.
Also has one video every Tuesday, and all 4 of his Zelda Clone Month videos were excellent, and I am making him the Smashing Creator of the Month. And you can find all this information on smashjt.com. Go ahead and check him out. He's an excellent channel, and he deserves more attention. And that's where I'm going to end this week's episode. Again, I wanted to say thank you to all the Patreons that support this show and make it possible. You guys are amazing. And a very special thank you to every single member of this community that supports it in a positive way. You guys are awesome. I love being a part of this community, and I love making these videos. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate you. And before I forget, y'all stay sexy.